Make some noise for your amazing host.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Big Top. Dazzle at the details, be in awe of the awesome, and amazed at the amazing as you experience both sides of the supernatural balancing act. Right here is where we will experience the collision of both God's justice and mercy. We're calling this series Both Sides because God is both fair and forgiving to his people, even though sometimes those things seem to be on opposite sides. I now present to you our upcoming act.
Coming up.
It looks like this is our jam. Stay tuned for another look at both sides.
Speaking of jam, according to official Guinness records, the most peanut butter and jelly sandwiches eaten in 1 minute was 6 sandwiches by Patrick Bertoletti from Illinois. Now, it's time to step into the ring, so get ready to watch a pre-show video, we're gonna worship together, and then listen to today's Bible story spectacle. Click the download button below this video to access your Get Real guide. Inside, you will find curious curiosities, prophesied prophecy, and more. Let's check out our video now.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We are so excited to be opening up some more letters from you. And this is actually a very bittersweet episode. There is something in here that you're not gonna wanna miss. So let's check it out on this episode of Mail Time.
Okay, so before we get to the bittersweet moment,
Yes.
I do want to start with some other letters first. So let's go ahead and open this one from some friends in California. We've got a couple pieces of paper in here. And this is from Isabella/Bell. We've got this super fun drawing of a mouse, it looks like. It says, "Dear Sandals Church kids, I love watching your videos and I hope you find joy." This one comes from Brooke. I'm guessing that's Belle's sister.
Okay.
And she says, "I love being at Sandals Church," and she drew a cactus right here at the bottom. And not only that, she drew a cactus wearing a hat. It looks like probably a bowler hat.
Bowler hats are in. I don't know if you know it. You haven't got the memo?
I haven't.
They're in.
Well, Brooke, let me know.
Yep. Okay, guys, and our next letter is from Callie from Moreno Valley, and I'm very excited to show you guys this. So Callie did a really cool project. Let's first take a look at her letter. "Dear Sandals Church kids, my name is Callie. I go to Sandals Church, Hunter Park. I'm 11 years old and my favorite color is black and I love snakes."
Ooh,
super cool.
very cool.
"I wanted you to take a look at the Play-Doh version of Louis letter. I hope you like it." So Callie worked very hard and sent us a Louis letter that was made out of Play-Doh. And if you didn't know, over time, Play-Doh dries out. And in the process of sending us this letter, her Play-Doh Louis letter cracked and broke. But it was actually very bittersweet because we saw this and we saw all the pieces inside, and then we had a really fun project. We took about like 45 minutes to puzzle Louis letter back together.
The best we
so
could.
almost like an excavation. So here is what Louis letter looks like. And Callie, I did not want to lose the work that you did. So we took the time to put Louis letter back together, and it was very cool to see your awesome project that you worked on. So thank you for sending that to us. It was so cool.
I love that. All right, so from our Moreno Valley campus, we've got 3 balloons here with messages inside.
Where did it go?
Oh, right here. Okay, and they're all on orange paper. This is a first. Okay.
What if they all go together to create a secret message?
Everything is a secret message
It's
these
fun.
days.
Bowler hats are in. That's what this one says. "Hi, Sandals Church kids. I drew a picture of Pikachu wielding a sword, riding a Rapidash while it's rearing up." Very specific.
good.
And right here we have the picture of Pikachu wielding a sword, riding a Rapidash, and this is what it looks like.
Wow, it's rearing up.
Pika Pika. So good. Awesome.
All right, this letter comes from Ezra, and he let us know that he loves watching the videos from Sandals Church Kids, and he included a drawing of specifically a sloth hanging from a tree eating a banana. So sloth is on his lunch break, gulping up that banana, It is delicious and looks awesome.
I would eat a banana on my lunch break. So
should.
good. And our last one, ooh, very cool. We got a solar system. Whoa.
Fun.
Look at this. Okay, take a
great.
look at this awesome drawing. So we have like 2 planets representing eyes. We have a moon and some stars, and then they're kind of dripping down to create a face, a nose. It says, "Dear St. Louis Church kids, here is my drawing of a graham cracker being eaten by a bunny." And here is our bunny that is chomping on a graham cracker.
I love it.
So fun. And this is from Annabelle. Annabelle, thank you so much for your awesome drawing. I love it. Now, friends, if you're watching this and you're saying, I want to be a part of Mail Time in some way, I would love to receive a letter from you guys. And it's very simple. The first thing that you can do is send us a physical letter like one of these at Sandals Church Kids, 150 Pomerita Avenue, Riverside, California, 92507. And the second way you can do that is by emailing us with your parents' permission at mail@sandalskids.com. And whichever way you choose, we cannot wait to see what you send next. Bye.
Spectators, it's time to worship together. Today, we're talking about how God is just, and that means we can choose to do good. We have an opportunity to make choices every day, and sometimes those choices don't only affect us, they actually can affect other people too. Justice is very important to God, so it matters to Him when we mistreat others. While you worship today, think about how you can care for others well this week and thank God for how He has taken care of you. Now let's stand up and worship together.
Only the Lord gives wisdom, knowledge and understanding come from Him. Only the Lord gives wisdom, knowledge and understanding come from Him. Man is the faucet, God is the water coming out. We need His word to pour out. Man is the bucket, God is the rain coming down. We need His word. We can't make the water, we don't write the words. We are praying to the one who does. Only the Lord gives wisdom, knowledge and understanding come from Him. Only the Lord gives wisdom, knowledge and understanding come from Him. Man is the faucet, God is the water coming out. We need His word to pour out. Man is the bucket, God is the rain coming down. We need His word. No, we can't make the water. We don't write the word. We are praying to the one who does. Only the Lord gives wisdom, knowledge and understanding come from Him. Only the Lord gives wisdom, knowledge and understanding come from Him. Yeah. The Lord is a God who shows mercy and is kind. The Lord doesn't becoming Whatever may come, whatever may pass, he's good. He's so, so good to me. He's so good, 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 good. The Lord is a God who shows mercy and is kind. The Lord doesn't become angry quickly. The Lord shows great love and faithfulness. The Lord doesn't become angry quickly. He's so good. God is so, so good to me. Whatever may come, whatever may pass, he's good. He's so, so good to me. He's so good, 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 good. He's so good, 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 good. He's so good. God is so, so good to me. Whatever may come, whatever may pass, he's good. He's so, so good to me. He's so good. God is so, so good to me. Whatever may come, whatever may pass, he's good. He's so, so good to me. He's so good, 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 good. He's so good, 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 so good. So good.
Our next story is about to unfurl before your eyes. Today we're talking about famous last words from the Bible in Amos chapter 5, verse 10 through 24. We'll learn how God can amazingly be just and merciful at once, and how he is always good to his people, even when they don't follow him. This week, we'll see how God is just, and that means we can choose to do good. So walk the tightrope and trek the trapeze, because we're about to begin in 3, 2, 1.
Imagine if you were taking a really hard science test at school one day. You and your classmates had been working for weeks and weeks, learning and memorizing and learning everything you needed to know for the test. You had practiced in class, done all the homework, and even studied every single night for a week. But you were still a little bit nervous. This test was a big deal. And then right before you walk into class for the test, you see 2 kids from your class whispering and sneakily looking around. You walk by them and you realize that one of the kids was paying the other kids $20 so that they could copy their answers on the test. So what would you think? How would that make you feel? What would you do? Now, did you know that the Israelites did something very similar in the Bible? Well, let's check it out. Last week, we left off with a prophet named Hosea who gave a message about how the Israelites turned away from God over and over again, and how God still chose to love them. So we'll pick up today with another Israelite prophet who talks about something similar. Amos was a prophet or a messenger of God who shared his message about how the Israelites needed a change in heart, He was a shepherd and a farmer who grew fig trees. Now, like Hosea, Amos also lived during the time of the evil king Jeroboam II. Jeroboam made some of the Israelites wealthy, but he also didn't care if they loved God or others. King Jeroboam let the Israelites get away with doing all kinds of bad and terrible things. So God sent Amos to a place called Bethel to give his message. Amos said that the Israelites committed many crimes and terrible sins. They hated the truth, they took advantage of people, and they accepted bribes or money to do the wrong thing. They even kept the poor from getting justice. Amos begged the Israelites to do good instead of evil, and that way, God would continue to be with them and be kind to them. God told the Israelites that judgment was coming if they didn't change their hearts. He said that it would be impossible to escape. It would be like a person who was running away from a lion, who then ran into a bear and then escaped from the bear only to step on a snake and be bitten. Then God told the Israelites that he rejected their hypocrisy or their insincerity. God ignored their offerings and their worship because of the sins that they committed. Wow, it sounds like the Israelites were not doing a good job of honoring and obeying God at all. Instead of loving people the way that God loved them, they were doing the exact opposite, hurting people and taking advantage of them, especially when those people didn't have as much power as they did. God had told the Israelites how important it was to take care of those who couldn't take care of themselves. People like kids who didn't have parents, women who had lost their husbands, older people, poor people, and people who were from other places in the world. It wasn't fair or right that the Israelites were taking advantage of people. God cared about these people and was rightly angry at the Israelites because they were hurting them. God wanted justice, or for the Israelites to give people what they rightly and fairly deserved. Justice wasn't just important for the Israelites, it's important for us too. And when we choose to believe in God, we are choosing to make sure that the right and fair thing is happening for all people. Now, that might mean standing up to a bully, or helping people who have less than you, or even treating everyone with respect. And that's why the one thing to remember is that God is just.
Acting justly or doing what's right and fair reminds me a little of making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This shouldn't be too hard, right? I actually have some instructions from a few of my friends to help me make my PB&J masterpiece. They've written down step-by-step instructions that I'm gonna follow. So let's start with our first one. There are 3 instructions here. It says how to make a PB&J. First it says open the peanut butter. I'm assuming you mean this. All right, open the peanut butter. Step number 2 is put the peanut butter on the bread. Let's do it. Here's our bread. And step number 3 is open the jelly. Very good. I am following your instructions to a T. Put the jelly on the bread. All right. Put pieces of bread together. And then eat. I don't think this is going to work. All right, so let's move on to instructions number 2. Okay, there are 8 instructions here. Let's see if this friend can make a sandwich even better. Open the bread and take 2 slices out. And then it says open the peanut butter. All right, we already did that, so we'll move on. Use the knife to put the peanut butter on the bread. Here's some peanut butter, and here we go. There's some peanut butter on our bread. And use the knife to put jelly on the piece of bread. Here we go. Here's some jelly. I like it. Spread it on there. Put the peanut butter and jelly sides of the bread together. All right, here's the peanut butter. Cut bread in half. You got it. I will cut that bread in half and eat. Should I eat this? I'm gonna take a bite. It's not bad, but I think that some of the instructions were not very clear, at least for me. All right, let's move on to our third letter here. Oh, there's 10 instructions. All right, here we go. Open the bag of bread and take out 2 slices. Okay, 2 slices. Now lay the slices on a plate. Done. Open the jar of peanut butter. Very good. Put the knife in the peanut butter and get some on the knife. Wipe the peanut butter from the knife all over the flat side of 1 piece of bread. Okay, this is very good. This is very, very clear. Put the knife in the jelly and get some jelly on the knife. Then it says, put some of the jelly on the flat side of the bread, just like the last step. Wipe the jelly off. Put both sides of bread together with peanut butter and jelly facing each other. Very important. And eat. Now that is a very good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Wow, I did not realize how important it is to have good instructions to follow. And it actually makes me think about life. It's important to follow someone who knows what they're doing, right? And who is more of an expert at life than God, the creator of life itself. God is the one who gets to decide what is good and not good. And that's why we follow what he tells us to do in the Bible. Now, an important part of following God in the Bible is to care about justice or giving people what is right and fair. And unfortunately, people in our world don't always get what is right and fair. Maybe they don't have what they need to survive, or they aren't treated fairly because of how they look, or they're different so people choose to hurt them. God asks us to make choices that bring justice, like loving others, even when we don't feel like it. Standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves, even when it's scary. And doing what is fair, even when it means we won't be able to get ahead. It can be hard, but God is always with us, helping us along the way. And that's why our action step for today is that we can choose to do good.
Hey, Sandals Church kids, my name is Jeff. I'm the online campus pastor, and I want to tell you about a time that I chose to do good. But before, oh, you're looking at my shirt, huh? It's pretty cool, huh? It's pretty neat. I actually got this shirt about 10 years ago in Zimbabwe, Africa. I was there with a nonprofit organization, and they were all about helping families and people to get out of poverty because they were really, really poor. Well, what helps these families is for them to have a goat or some type of animal that can help plow their fields and help them to have like a garden so they can produce their own food. Well, there was this one trip that we were on where we got to see this family. And it was a mom and a dad and a little boy named Funwell. Funwell was 3 years old at the time. But let me tell you something, what wasn't fun at all was that Funwell only ate 1 meal a day, and that was it. He had 2 toys though, 2 toys. You wanna know what those toys were? A stick and a bottle cap. No lie. I was so sad to see this situation that Funwell and his family were in. I started to think of my son, Justice, who at the time, he was 3 years old. And I started thinking about what if Justice lived like this? And then I got really sad. We said, what can we do for this family? And we had enough money and they bought that family a goat. But you know what? I knew that I needed to do more. Is there something that I could do for Funwell? So when I came back to the United States, I told my wife about Funwell, and we've been supporting him for the last 10 years. Every single month, my family gives money so that Funwell could have food, he could have education, and we could help his family overall for the last 10 years. And throughout those 10 years, my family has been able to write Funwell letters, and he's been writing us letters, and I think he's around 14 years old right now. Let me tell you something, that was a moment when we saw something bad and God told me inside to do something good. Just like I chose to do good by Funwell and his family, you guys can choose to do good too.
The Funhouse fun isn't over yet. Let's review today's memory verse from Micah 6:8. The Lord has told you what is good. He has told you what he wants from you. Do what is right to other people. Love being kind to others and live humbly, trusting your God. We saw in our story how the prophet Amos shared about the Israelites' evil and hypocrisy and how God would bring them justice for what they had done. That's why the one thing to remember is that God is just, and that means we can choose to do good. You can live out the vision of being real with yourself, God, and others by opening up your Get Real guide to the Now What. Talk to your adults about doing a small kindness project to help someone in need. Maybe it's making cookies for a friend that is going through something hard, doing yard work for an older neighbor, or donating food to a food pantry, or maybe even volunteering at an animal shelter. Then do the project together. Remember, God asks us to do good, especially for those in need. We're looking forward to seeing you right here in the ring next week.